Hi, I'm Perry Atkinson, General Manager here at theDove. Hey, check out our other videos and check out our website at thedove.us. Well, welcome back. As you know, May 20th is the primary here in the state of Oregon, and we got a lot of races going on between now and then. And the first question I ask is, are you registered to vote? And if you're not, get registered to vote. If you change your name or your address, you got to re-register and do that right away because that's up by the end of the month. We are delighted to have back in the studio with us today Colleen Roberts. She's one of the candidates, Republican candidates for Jackson County Commissioner seat. And she came real close last time, and she's back in it again this time. And Colleen, nice to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
Well,
it's good to be here. Thanks.
You didn't learn your lesson last time. So
no, it kept calling me.
It kept calling. Well, you know, you're a very successful businesswoman, and what made you to step out of business and do this? What's in your thinking here?
Since I ran in 2012, I've had the opportunity. I went to the commissioner meetings anyway, and I had the opportunity to cover the county news for the Little Eagle Point paper for Ralph McKechnie, and it was a great challenge. And it kept the information in front of the citizens of what's going on with the county, and that's so important. But along that time, I am witnessing just a methodically systematic takeover of our local control by state government and federal government and non-governmental organizations. And it's robbing us of our say and our freedom and our constitutional rights and our prosperity. And we need someone that's going to be willing to be able to see it and push back for local control for our citizens and for Jackson County. The Constitution says the federal government has enumerated powers and the rest is given to the states or to the people. We are, or to the people.
Yeah.
That's us.
That's us. Well, Jackson County is now facing with some challenges. I think every county is, but out of the 36 counties previously, it's been managed pretty well. But we are now starting to dip into the rainy day fund. There's some economic issues. How would you prioritize them? How do you see as the number one issue as county commissioner and work your way down a little bit?
There's a lot of major issues. There's not just one. I know our budget is a big concern, and our natural resources are a big part of that. We've lost use of those, and we need to get those back. Just last year, a federal judge ordered BLM to ramp up the harvesting of our natural resources. And I've seen statistics that say our growth in a year in our woods is like 1.2 million board feet. And if we just manage that much for the health, safety, and welfare and proper management, it would provide jobs and our economy a good measure back in many ways. Yeah, and we need commissioners at that bargaining table, you know, with that coordination to get that happen. And that's almost been a year, and here we are almost at another fire season.
Right.
And we're going to breathe smoke all year. It's just not a good thing.
The O&C thing's been a big issue with a lot of these counties, as you well know. And I know there's proposals to start harvesting again. How would you as commissioner, I mean, how do you lobby for that? How do you lobby to get it done?
Oh, well, it's a judge's order. I don't think there's much lobbying. Why isn't it being done? You know, a federal judge ordered it to be open, and I think we need to follow up on that. The footwork's been laid. I mean, it's right there open for us, and in my opinion. We have other issues of financial concern. I think cuts are always hard to make, and prioritizing is very important. But when you look at our county with the foreclosure rate and businesses closing, and yet the commissioners have chosen to put more tax upon a burden upon the society, and I am not for that. I think we need to budget, prudently and be a watch over our money and where it's gone and what should have come back. But a
couple of big issues here. One is GMOs, as you know, going to be on the ballot, and it has seemingly become very divisive. Where are you with this?
It is divisive, and I have been listening to both sides, and the noise is out there. My personal view is I believe our food sovereignty is at risk. When I investigate information about Monsanto, just a year ago, they joined in with the UN Agenda 21 movement. That alone has a red flag for me. About the measure, I have a vote like anybody else, and it is an opportunity for local control, which is what I definitely advocate for, and we need a commissioner or commissioners that are willing to lead with common sense leadership from that vote. If it's voted in favor of, then we need to provide leadership that provides common sense agriculture policy for our county. If it's turned down, we need to be that prudent leader for the organic business to succeed. Senate Bill 633, you know?
Yeah.
We just...
All right, with the looming potential budget cuts, it could hurt the Sheriff's Department, and yet the Sheriff's Department has done an incredible job over the years keeping us safe. How would you handle that one?
Public safety is important. I looked over the budget. I had heard Joel mention they were cut $2 million, and maybe that is something he heard. But when you look at the county budget, it's down like $250,000 is all from last year. We still have a $7.4 million funded Sheriff's Department. It's well funded. I believe it's well organized and safe. They are doing a great job, and I don't see that being cut. You know, the budget cycle, when you look at the last year, and I would have to get in there to really understand what their progression of events were, but it started out, oh, we're going to cut everything, and they always start with public safety, libraries, and anything good, and I questioned that to begin with. But about in the summer, then they decided, well, we'll fund things for about 6 months, and everybody's struggling to try to find alternative ways of funding the extension and libraries and the veterans. I mean, many important positive things in our county. And then by December, all of a sudden, they can fund everything for the year and everything's all back up. But they still want more money. And our economy is not supportive of that. I'm not for bringing more taxes to the people at all. And it is up to a vote. And I will support whatever way the people vote on. If they vote for a library levy, then, you know, we will get behind that as well.
The library is a very sensitive one.
It is.
What about going to some kind of voluntary operation? You know, I mean, I don't know all the legal ramifications of that, but maybe you could alter the days and come up with some voluntary thing and keep it within the budget.
I think there's always ways to keep it within the budget, and there is a lot of volunteer service. I believe in the libraries already. Their budget is extremely high, and what they're asking for in the tax measure is like $10 million is at that 60% per $1,000 range. And when I look at that hitting homes and hitting businesses, it's not a positive. You can't fee, fine, or tax our citizens to prosperity. It is not the route. And when businesses are paying that, they're passing it on to the citizens. And I look at the last year as I followed the commissioners' activities, and they've raised everything. Our system development charges raised 10% across the board. Our permits have increased and at about an average of 12%. And I don't see that a fee for every single thing we do in this county is necessary. Some are necessary, and some I think we need to reevaluate. You know, I have a bumper sticker that says, "Welcome to Jackson County, permit may be required." And I just think, you try to do anything without a permit. You cannot.
And the permit fees seem to be pretty high, especially
and going up.
And especially if there's new construction.
Yes.
I can tell you this as a business owner yourself. We've looked at ways to, you know, expand and do things. And when you consider the option of building from the ground up, you just kind of go, I don't know if I can even afford to get a shovel in the ground.
About 11 years ago, we were going to build our bakery instead of rent, and this was a long time ago, and it was almost $60,000 for even broke ground, and I don't know what that is now. Just in development charges, I'm sure, but it was unaffordable for us. Yeah,
well, it is for a lot of people,
and it stops progress.
Yeah, water is going to be an issue. You know, the rain is certainly helping. We're not going to have the snow melt. And some of it extends all the way over to Klamath County. What can you do as commissioner to just kind of oversee that and make sure that it's managed right?
Well, I wouldn't be blowing up dams, removing dams, and imprisoning citizens who hold ponds that fight fires, in my opinion, is just poor judgment. But I just think we need to be at at the bargaining tables. We need to be at Klamath County. They send us a lot of water. And we do have a few dams remaining we need to really protect in Jackson County. There is a project out there that seems to keep being brought into the picture by government and organizations called the WISE Project. And it's to encapsulate all of our water. And it is a very detrimental. I would not be for that. I think it's going to be promoted as a way to conserve, and it's just got all these little strings attached. But it's going to be taken, our property by eminent domain, to take that water, and the water belongs to the people and the land. And it's just, I will fight for that land ownership, water rights issue every way I can.
Okay. I see we just recently received the endorsement of Oregon Right to Life, which is interesting because I didn't know they would get involved in commissioner races, but they're pretty high on you.
I appreciate that, yes.
Yeah.
I've been involved in even, we're still, I know, gathering signatures for the anti-abortion measure for the fall, and we are taking signatures at our bakery, so if anybody hasn't signed, they sure can come out and do that. But yeah, I protect the unborn and the elderly and those that cannot protect themselves. I think that's Christians, that's what we're called to do, and it's an honor to have that award.
Okay, where can people get a hold of you and get involved in your campaign?
I have a Facebook page. It's kind of interactive, and they're sure welcome to go to it, like it, and share it. And it's just Colleen for Commissioner, the number 4. They can call me at my work. It's kind of campaign headquarters.
Okay.
And that is at Sensational Suites at 826-5622. And I will be out. We're having a candidate night, I believe AFP is putting on with the Campaign for Liberty next Tuesday, the 8th, at the library. So that'll be a great event to attend.
Colleen Roberts, again, 826-5622, or you can certainly run over to Sensational Suites and have something to eat.
It's National Party Day, right?
Oh, it's National Party Day, and have some sweets and get involved in the campaign there. Well, best to you, and thank you for doing it.
Well, thank you.
Getting in these things is not easy, and doing it is certainly not easy. So thanks, and thanks to your family for letting you do it.
They're very supportive, and I have a lot of prayer behind me, and I really appreciate that.
Okay, thanks, Colleen.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.